You and the snake.
Previously on Survivor Weekender.
I lost a vote, and they both won a vote.
I did not.
I don't know if she's lying or not.
Tasha's wandered off a bit.
So you and Tasha have an extra vote?
Yes.
Okay.
So she does get an extra vote, which is interesting. I was thinking of maybe voting her out.
So we have our next target. I think Zumi and Maris are fine. Nobody's talking to Anna. What's your thing?
I have Italian herbs. And I literally said I was laying low. And here I am fighting an idol.
Danny always has the option to be like, look guys, end the fire.
I have no other incentive than to help out my group here.
Angie, your tribe has spoken.
You actually said, did you was there any disadvantage? No. Now I'm
Well, no wonder she wasn't strategizing. Girl was like, damn, I got nothing to do.
what am I going to do?
I think the people I'd want to use it on the tribe are obviously either you, Maris, myself, and then Max.
Anna's clearly loyal to us. He is not as one-on-one communicative. And I would like her to make a little bit more effort to like, hey, can I talk to you? It's not that I don't want her around and I think she'll do a good job. It's just like, hey, wake up, wake up. So
But that's how I felt about Angie the last round, where I felt like I want to be able to tell them to wake up, but honestly, we're better not telling them to wake up, because at the end of the day now, we only have Anna to vote off. Yeah, this whole
Those burgers. I need to go into there. Good idea.
Master this recipe, and immunity will be in your hands. Delicious.
Sue has all the get the clue.
It's a QR code.
Yeah.
I scanned it, and it leads to a recipe for soup. There's 6. I wonder if that's something to do with Cypher.
Tasha and I are close and we're sharing information. She had an advantage that she found. She's going to be bringing it to the group for kind of building trust and goodwill. Do you want to pretend we found it out here? But she told me first. I think she's interested in strategizing as a duo.
Tell them like I found it. And then I shared it with everyone else. And then Danny and Corey actually were the ones to decipher the clue that I found.
2 dash and then the second letter of the second word. 4 dash, so on and so forth.
And they wanted to give it to Danny. But I manipulated so that I would get it because I'm the one who found the clue. But at this point, I have 2 votes I tried my pencil. I have an idol, I think, for somebody who has not seen a lot of Survivor. And I'm playing the game.
Nina did approach me for an alliance. I do get good vibes from her. I also really like Brittany and Adrian. We'll see. We'll see.
I found this clue in the cooler. It says stick to your guns, get that bread, climb the right tree to get ahead. Now I'm looking for a climbable tree. Climbing a tree for a disabled person.
I think we have like a
Do I need to enlist somebody to help me? But I don't want to.
Good enough.
First course of spaghetti and then a second course of spaghetti.
You're doing great, Lucy.
Thanks.
Nina shared a clue with me that the idol was something like climbing a tree to the right, and I've been looking, but we've just not had any time apart from each other. And like climbing is gonna be very conspicuous, but I would love to go keep looking. Every time I go to the water, I'm like looking around, seeing if I can find anything.
Soup and Sticks tribe getting your first look at the new salad tribe Angie voted out last tribal council. First things first, I'll take that back, and I'll take that back.
She won't let that happen.
Immunity, back up for grabs. For today's challenge, one tribe and only one tribe will be winning immunity. The bottom two tribes will be going to tribal council and voting the second and third players out of this game. Big stakes. And if that wasn't enough, we are also playing for a reward. The winning tribe will be eating real Olive Garden. Oozing fettuccine alfredo, crisp salad, mouth-watering breadsticks, and iced tea to wash it all down. Everything you could really want out of an Olive Garden experience. What do you guys think? Worth playing for? Oh, yeah. For today's challenge, we're going even further into the territory of who are you going to put in the right spot. You are going to have 5 players competing, and you're going to put each of those 5 players in a different role. The first stage of this game, player 1 is going to be getting water from the lake in a water bucket, and then stepping up on a platform where they are going to toss the water across to player 2. Take that water and put it in this bucket. When you get your teeter to fall, player 3 is going to start grating cheese back into the other side of the teeter that just tipped up and go until the teeter tips back. Players 4 and 5 are going to go under the trampoline, and there are 9 breadsticks on top of the trampoline. You have to find a way to make 3 of them fall off the trampoline from underneath. They come down to the water. One of them will be the shooter. They're going to go up on this dock with the 3 breadsticks, and the other player will take their tribe's basket and wade into the shallow water over here, where they will stand and try to catch the breadsticks. When you get all 3 of your breadsticks into the basket, you have won this game. Up first for the Soup Tribe, we've got Tasha and Corey. We've got Brittany and Carter. And we've got Morris and Wesley. Survivors ready. Go! We'll try to get a hang of this water and seeing how we're gonna get it tossed. Water is in the bucket. Tasha's got water filling up her bucket already. So is Brittany. These tribes are adding water fairly quickly. Another toss for Tasha. Water getting all over the place. Carter's water flying high in the air.
Yeah, that's good. You should go hard for that. That's good.
Another good toss for Morris.
Careful now.
Another toss for Tasha. It's close.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
Don't wait to range. Don't wait to see him catch it. More.
All right, that's good. You're good. We've got 2 on the cheese. It's Salad that's once again falling behind. Nina's grating the cheese. Allie's grating that cheese quickly. And Salad's good. You can start grating.
Yeah, I don't know if...
Okay, you're good.
I'll just hold this.
Go. You're good. You go.
No way, did you guys catch him? Yeah, I hate them.
I like real Italian.
It is Styx tribe that is victorious. You guys, individual immunity, no one going home. In addition, you'll be dining with Olive Garden tonight. Salad Tribe, it's a familiar story for you. You'll be heading to Tribal Council again. Soup Tribe, after a long winning streak, this is a new story for you, but you as well will be heading to Tribal, where we will have our second and third people voted out of this game.
It was firing on all cylinders. Like, there's literally no notes.
I'm so stoked that we won. To be honest, I'm surprised. I believe in our tribe, but that red tribe was looking real strong, and we crushed them somehow. I think somehow on the cheese grating, which is very funny to me.
The challenge was so much fun. Who knew, grating the cheese would, come in so clutch? I grated cheese during a challenge. It's wild. Both of the other tribes couldn't figure out how to grate the cheese, which is wild to me. And not everybody goes to Olive Garden as much as I do and knows how the cheese graters from Olive Garden work.
It felt awesome to win and dodge double elimination. That's just, I don't know. I don't know how long we can kind of ride the good morale train, but we're kind of on top of the world.
It just went super, super fast, and then we were really excited about Olive Garden.
Oh, wow. So we have an entire spread laid out for you here. You can see your not quite endless, but still pretty big ass salad. You can see a big plate of breadsticks here. We got croutons, we got pasta, we got sauce, we got lasagna. We are eating good in the Olive Garden. So please, I don't know what the Italian is for survey, but
tonight. Yes, you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me.
They're really close to the fast run. I feel like I haven't been able to get a good read on them.
We're confident that we're winning. Now they have to scramble. That's why they need that extra time.
I haven't formed alliances with anyone, which is kind of weird, I think, for this far into the game.
I don't think any
everything privately has been said, so maybe at some point someone should try and do that. Maybe I should do that.
Our tribe is super kumbaya right now, so I think we're gonna ride that out as long as we can. I think as soon as we lose a challenge, I'm gonna try to mobilize some numbers and get an alliance going.
I think right now my top alliance is Critter.
I think I want my top to be Brittany. We like briefly talked and we're like, we really vibe with each other, but Adrian and Nina are both great, and like I would be happy working with them as well.
Adrian's a bit of red for you.
The red plates are fucking amazing. They are. Yeah.
I'm just like so paranoid. I went to the bathroom and was like washing my face and flossing after dinner, and I was away for a little while, and then I came back and I was like, huh, I wonder if people were like talking about me. I think it's just like not a good position to be in when you're not like super athletic, which I'm not.
Eventually the plan is definitely Rusi because she didn't really pull her weight in the puzzle challenge. And that's not just because of the combination lock. When she was putting the puzzle together without Carter, we wouldn't have completed the puzzle. She's not a strong physical competitor either. So it's just like, what's she doing?
I think like I immediately started thinking like who would I have voted out? And it's Adrian. Partially because you get an excuse, right? You get the like, oh, he played before. Like that's a really easy excuse. But also he just like is constantly looking for shit. He'll eventually say, he's like, oh, we should look. Then he'll be like, oh, I just looked under this thing. And it's just like, so you're on it. You're fucking on it. I think he's coming across as like really good natured, you know, but he's fucking gaming. Right now, my strategy is to never say anybody's name first. But if someone says somebody's name, then I'll add him for it. And I think it's working.
Last night when I took my girlfriend to dinner, I felt like my Uncle Mike was sitting right there with us. See, he's the one who told me to take her to Olive Garden.
She'll love it, I said. First, you get a nice table. Then, you order their new chicken and shrimp limone. Oh, it's delicious. Grilled chicken and sauteed shrimp tossed with pasta in their white wine lemon sauce. And when she says she loves it, you say it's a perfect combination. Just like you and me.
So what's next?
Well, look at the menu. We'll see.
Olive Garden. When you're here, you're found.
We just lost our third challenge in a row. The Salad Tribe has been tossed, chopped, and thrown all around this game. This may be our testiest tribal council.
The bummer is for me, I think I was kind of the worst performer this last challenge. So I really hope we're not voting out based on challenge performance, and that this time we are voting out someone who's a pretty big threat moving forward in the game.
I guess it was probably my throwing water or Maris's catching, but I mean, at this point, who cares?
I talked with Max, and he had pitched just like she wasn't really in our floor from before, and I mean, I don't have any qualms with her, or I'm not like super tied up about something else, but I mean, not happy about it. I'm okay with it.
Danny proposed Anna.
Her communication style is not like
the other four. She didn't even remember that she didn't talk to me about Angie. Sure. I like speaking to her, but I don't know, play styles off. I'm pretty sure it's down to Danny or Anna. I don't know if they're both aware of it, unless I'm completely oblivious. But I think myself, Max, and Maris are on the same page. And it really comes down to, do we flush the idol from Danny? Or do we get rid of Anna for just not clicking as well with at least the way the rest of us play? It's a toss-up right now, and I'm gonna have to weigh things with Maris and Max. Is it Danny? If Danny plays their idol, Anna goes home because Danny gets his hand.
Because Danny's voting for Anna.
So really our second.
So we're good right now.
I think we're, fine.
I mean, I don't see how it can backfire. Wesley really wants to win. It's not us, and like it's someone who's good at this game and someone we can't control as much as we could likely influence Anna and Maris. It was my idea to do Wesley. Wesley's a good player. Wesley's watched like all the show. Wesley's here to win.
If we did this now and it was then the four of us later, you and I have more wiggle room with Maris and Anna than we would if Wesley was here. Yes. He'd be able to get at least one of the other people on his side and one of us goes next.
It's tough because then Danny gets another round with the idol. But maybe I can build that trust with Danny to where that idol won't necessarily just be for Danny. As Danny said in the tribal earlier.
I think Anna would be open to it for sure.
I do.
Maris, I think, may be a little bit more of a pushback just because I don't know how close the relationship is with Wesley.
I've talked to Maris a few times, and Maris seems to be, like, down for it.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to hear from at least Maris that she wants to do it, or at least Anna is, like, completely on board for it.
What if I told you they said yes?
Oh, shit.
I had already talked about it with them and gotten pretty much a yes. I don't want you to be left out.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Can you just, like, say yes, we're doing this, and we'll say whatever to him?
Yeah, he's probably going to pitch Anna anyways. I'm hearing 3 names be thrown out. Anna, myself, and Wesley, which not really something I was keen for. I think he's a shield for me because he's somebody that's like likable, sociable, well, outgoing, somebody that I think could probably bring in more numbers to an alliance that we would have.
We have to tell Danny that it's Wesley. We have to tell Wesley that it's Danny. We're telling Wesley we're voting out Danny to flush the idol. Wesley thinks we're telling Danny that we're voting out Anna. Well, how much do we want the idol for later? And how much do we want to try to flush it out later? Wesley's made it really clear that he's playing to win. He's playing really hard. There's also a chance that Wesley would be my best ally in this game, and if I vote him out, I'm making a huge mistake.
What did Danny pitch?
I haven't really gotten a good.
Neither of you really threw anything out. Repeat. Okay.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. Which I think we're fine. So as long as Danny feels very comfortable, that's you. But we're flushing it. Yeah, they are loyal to us.
Yeah.
But they're just going to play real hard.
I mean, I think you've identified the right factors.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's all you can do.
Yeah, now I'm like a little hungry.
I need water. Let's just go over there. I need water.
So Wesley's cool with Danny, but the Danny cover story is gonna be me.
Yeah, sure. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine. That's a lot of variables. There's a little bit more of a situation where different people could have different reasons for doing things, and I don't know if everyone's being like 100% truthful. Like, actually, I know everyone's not being 100% truthful because I'm like privy to some of the untruthfulness. There is obviously a chance that I'm being played, right? I'm aware of that. That element of uncertainty injects a little bit more nervousness into my experience.
Back and forth between Wesley or voting Danny and either flushing the idol or getting Danny out if Danny doesn't think they need to play it. I've played this game before. I'm physically capable. I haven't made enemies. It's a matter of time before someone brings up my name.
Oh, I know.
So just I just want to make sure you know that.
I could sense because he won't say shit. If he's throwing out my name, you clearly didn't pick up the #1 rule, which is don't let me hear that shit. And also, like, I was literally ready to almost tell you that Max was throwing out your name, and then I decided against it because I was like, no, it's probably better to take your ass out. In the off chance that these motherfuckers have turned on us because they think that we're close, what if I gave you my idol? So that way, even if I get voted off,
I still have it, so you're the one
good.
leaving it. I would be fine with that.
We were feeling pretty safe after winning 2 challenges in a row. We were in this position sooner than expected. It kind of feels like we're still in the early stages of getting to know each other, and we all like each other, so it's not like there's really an obvious odd man out.
I didn't want to win the entire time. Winning set the bad precedent going into the merge because people are less likely wanting to work with you. They want to work with people who kind of had struggles. So I'm fine losing. People know each other.
That's scary, but I don't know how they're gonna have those relationships.
I think even outside of that, just like I've gotten great vibes. They do the same. I feel like we just need one other person. Julie's been making me nervous with looking for everything.
I know.
I want to find an idol so badly. I've found grapes and fishing wire and an 8 candle and lots of little pieces of colorful plastic, and I'm looking everywhere and I'm good at looking for stuff, and I haven't found anything yet.
I think we're great addition to our tribe. She's already made.
Yeah.
She's already gotten the experience. She's made it to merge.
I don't want to pay them.
Well, her, and she's also with her fiance, who's also just a beast at that comp.
Yeah.
At any time she feels on the bottom, she's going to switch to their alliance and he's going to keep her safe. So she can't make it to merge. Your head at.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to vote anyone out yet.
4 of us here, 2 people not. So,
And one of them can't be voted out.
is that we deal then? We don't want to vote out because of Idol?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. I need water, so whoever wants to talk to me,
Yeah, but
I'm
okay,
gonna go
but-
get water.
Yeah.
We all gotta
Are we like figuring out how to do this part?
I mean, I just gotta do that.
I mean, we're all gonna have to separate.
I also need water, but like, oh, I hate this. This sucks. Okay, you're right. This is dark.
I'm gonna get water.
All right, my bottle is also
When Tasha was like, I think I can get it. I was like, okay, sure. But
Who can we talk to?
I think I need to talk to Joseph alone.
Okay.
See what he wants to do.
Because I think they're voting for me probably.
It seems to me, unless I am being completely blocked out of something, that there are a lot of players on the team that haven't talked strategy until this moment, which just feels very bizarre.
I'm guessing they're voting for me.
Okay. I had no one talk to me about that.
Based off of that.
I mean, I don't know exactly what Allie and Chloe are thinking. But I could see them being out.
You want to try it?
Sure, let's try it.
Are we doing 2s and 2s? All right.
I don't know.
Sure, let's
Yeah, that's fine.
Corey, I feel like, is my strongest alliance right now. I just trust him and his game. He seems really genuine.
Tasha and I are very early allied. I feel very tight with her. I feel like I can go to the end with her.
Sula, I feel strong about our reliance with her. It's hard to know if you can trust her, but like they say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
And we brought in Corey as like a very strong, strategic, smart player.
I'm telling you this because I'm putting all my trust.
Yeah.
I won 2 votes. I tried them.
Are you going to use them today? Do you want to use them?
I think I have to use them.
I do feel solid with Tasha because she told me about her advantage and she has the idol. I got to ride that. You saying Allie?
I cannot even say anything. Stop talking. They're not talking, which doesn't feel like it's great, but I feel pretty secure we can go.
Danny hasn't given me any hints or communications of her, like, let's sneak off. If you haven't given me any names or any talk to me, then you're talking about me and I can't trust you.
Yeah.
Just let me know, because I'm just trying to be a part of the majority. There's no strategy I don't like. I'm just trying to save my own butt. Well, yeah, I don't know. Should we do our rounds and then circle back?
Maybe. Allie, it's the Legion's free. So we'll kind of do whatever she thinks will keep her in the majority. It sounds like Allie might be the
yeah, I think it depends on what's
a favorable way to go. People see me as loyal and a valuable teammate. It probably won't be me tonight.
I couldn't tell exactly where Dan was at. It seemed like he didn't want to say anything he would regret later. And like,
He said, yeah. And I'm like, I'm just talking to the fucking brick wall. All things equal, who would you vote for?
I think maybe if I had to vote like right now, I might pick Allie.
My pitch would be Allie, just because she does not feel like she's playing Survivor. She feels like she's doing the activities.
Gotcha. I could see getting Dan and Tasha to do that. I don't know about Corey.
I don't understand how close Corey is with Allie at this point.
I don't either.
We had talked about Allie because she's awesome, she's lovely, good vibes, isn't played.
Okay.
We're all kind of congregating on Allie as the person that probably needs to go.
Allie was a weak link, but I think that's all the more reason to kind of keep her around. I could go up against her later. So I'd rather get rid of somebody who I think might be a threat to me. Since we have such a strong team, I feel like we could get rid of somebody strong and still be able to take on the other tribes.
Allie said the same thing.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a good read on him. I don't really feel like he's been super engaged.
Yeah, he hasn't really talked anything. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's not giving me anything. If he just like putzing around,
Yeah.
kind
So
of
I'm
feeling
a
your
little
own
bit-
fate.
We are interested in voting off Danny. Does this surprise you?
I don't know.
Okay. We were trying to put the pieces together.
Yes, that's what I was going to
Yes.
say too.
Yes. So we're interested in voting off Danny. We are using you as a red herring.
That sounds fun to me, as long as the red heron isn't the actual red heron, isn't the actual red heron, isn't the actual red heron. Let's not get our red herons in a twist.
I'm gonna crap my pants. I've been told that I'm the red heron for this vote. I hate that. I hate that a lot. I'm just anxious and I really don't want to be voted out.
As of right now, this vote is between Danny or Allie. Allie kind of locked in on Danny with me, Tasha, Corey, but Corey, Danny, Sue, and myself also kind of talked about walking in on Allie. It comes down to me, Tasha, Corey making a decision about that. Lots of thoughts. It's tribal time, head is swirling, and I'm just really trying to stay in the game.
It is now officially raining for the first time in Survivor Weekender. An auspicious milestone, I guess. So the rain is coming down pretty hard, and we noticed that there was this shed that was not technically locked.
There are snakes though.
And the snake for sure.
There was a snake.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a snake.
So it's kind of untenable outside. Slightly more tenable inside.
I dislike this situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to sleep in here, buddy.
Our celebratory cinnamon.
That's right.
Honestly, this would suck more if we were hungry.
Yeah.
We were hungry and had to
And
someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of them?
Okay, I have a number.
See that? It's a rainbow.
Oh my god!
Welcome back to Tribal Council. Let's get into it. Maris, what's going wrong for this tribe?
Oh no! That's such a good question because I really don't know. Like, I think we have a really good dynamic back at camp. We all communicate really well. We're all really putting 100% of our effort into it, but something is not going right every single time.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna interrupt. We're fine. The swimming one, we swam 2 extra people. And we were, what, 15 seconds behind on the puzzle?
Yeah.
No, we're fine. We're just whatever. No, we're fine. There's no problem.
Anna, do you think the consensus on this tribe is that this vote is not going to be about tribe challenge strength?
I don't think that there is like an obvious weak link here. I think it is starting to think about the future and
how soon are we coming up on a merge? We don't really know, but the numbers are dwindling.
Danny, how quick after the challenge did the strategy talk go? I think almost instantly. I'll say like we probably talked for maybe like 10-20 minutes, got all of our stuff ready for the rain, and then we're like just sharing about our lives. I think that's like one of the things that I really like about these. Is like that was a very good human moment outside of the game, and I felt like I got to know my team even more. So yeah, I definitely think it sucks to continue to be here, but I think we both have respect for the game, respect for each other, that we didn't like drag it out. We also didn't like. We didn't take away from us still being humans and sharing about our stories.
So, Max, what makes sense? Do you just land on a plan quickly and stick to it? Or is this the part where you feel like you need to be really intentional with what you're doing?
Yeah, you need to be intentional. There are too many possible plans to land on first. You gotta make it real hard to see all angles of it. So it was not a quick, easy process by any means.
Anna, is there anyone on this tribe that you feel like you really haven't been talking strategy too much with?
Some people more than others, and I'm just sort of flipping the question, like, would other people say the same about me, right? And I think so.
Do you think, those disparities in who you've talked to are going to be reflected in the vote?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Danny, do you feel like this vote is going to be surprising to anyone?
Yes.
We've kind of gotten to the point in the game that there is only 5 of us. It's like we're doing a 5-on-5 tribal council right now. Like, there's very limited things. The game is going to have to start picking up at some point. We all have enough respect for the game, and we all really want to be here to play really hard.
Ferris, do you think people are starting to think a little further down the path than they were last vote?
I do, yeah. Now it's really just about building trust within and finding those people you can move forward with.
All right, with that, it is time to vote. Ferris, you're up.
Next time you think about throwing out my name, maybe don't seem so confident that your plan's gonna work. Don't mess with me, I'm from Chicago. Gotta flush the idol.
Oh, I'm back. All right, let's do it. Hello. You gotta go.
Well, hopefully I'm on the right side of this one. Oops.
I'll go tally the votes. I've tallied the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity item or an advantage that they would like to play, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll read the votes. First vote. Wesley. Second vote. Danny. That's 1 vote. Wesley, 1 vote Danny, and 3 votes left. Third vote. Wesley. That's 2 votes Wesley, 1 vote Danny, 2 votes left. Second person voted out of Survivor Weekender Season 3, Wesley. That's 3, and that's...
Take this and come.
Wesley, your tribe is spoken. It's time for you to go.
Don't forget your names.
I think it's an honor to be blindsided. I thought I had it nailed down, but when I think back, maybe I had my pulse on it a little too much. The goal was to tone down my abrasiveness, and I think maybe I was a little too friendly. That people were going to be scared of me. I was loyal, so I don't know what that was about. I think they're going to regret keeping Danny around longer.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Tribal Council. So, you are on a hot streak, and that streak finally came to an end. What is the whiplash that you're feeling right now?
It's kind of severe. Like, I don't think any of us were really considering the possibility that we would be here anytime soon.
Yeah, we got off to a great start. We did super well the first two challenges, worked together really well. I think we were working together that last challenge too. It was just tough competition. You know, only one track could win.
Well, Allie, the upside of never coming to Tribal Council, is obvious. You still have all 6 players.
Yeah.
But what do you do now from an individual standpoint? When the one thing you all have in common so far is winning.
People say that the game doesn't really start until you attend your first tribal. It was awesome winning those challenges, and it brought us together a lot more. But once you lose, it was bound to happen at some point in time, whether that was as a tribe or if we made it to the merge. This clearly draws lines in the sand. You can say whatever you want if you just keep winning and assure your loyalty and trust in people. There's no way to actually prove it until you're in the voting booth.
Corey, was there any debate for you about who you would be voting for this time?
If any player is smart, they go through all the options. I don't think you should stick to your first choice right off the bat. I don't think that's smart, and you also want to talk to people you've been working with or talking to and feel comfortable with, and make sure that they're on the same page and thinking that. Yeah, no, you always need to weigh your options.
Danny, did you weigh your options?
Absolutely, yeah. I certainly considered everybody, whatever advantages or disadvantages that would be, but I think it kind of comes down to not just personally voting for whoever, but also being in allegiance with other people.
Sula, has there been any talk, to your knowledge, on this tribe about idols, advantages, and how that might throw a wrench into things tonight?
Again, in the spirit of teamwork, we have been sharing in all of the bounty, piling it all on a tiny table, all the things we collect as a group of crows. And we do have an advantage among our team, but it has been very public, very out in the open, I think in the interest of just building trust and community in our tribe, which I very much enjoy.
Allie, what is that advantage that Sula's talking about?
I have an idol. My whole tribe knows that and is aware of that. It wasn't secret. I found a clue, and I wanted to bring that to everyone's attention early on, so that way we could build as a tribe.
Tasha, how are you feeling about this vote?
I'm not feeling great. I don't want to get rid of anyone. I don't want to vote against anybody. I feel like we have become such a strong unit.
Out of our control that it started raining, so we had some really nice tent time and bonded even further and just chatted about life and a lot of deep stuff, and it wasn't on video, and there were definitely some special moments that we shared as a group, and whatever ends up happening this evening, I think having that moment as a team was really special, and I found that a lot, and I'm glad we got to have that instead of just being a game.
Yeah.
You know, in early games, with our momentum, there was just not a lot of talk about game plan. So I think in the way that we may have been a little arrogant about whether or not we would ever be here, I think a lot of us were also facing these decisions quite tight to the boat. And now that we're going to be past this hump, I expect things to get a lot more interesting.
Does anyone feel frustrated that there wasn't more time, to hash out something?
No, I think we all were very well aware of you want to talk to somebody, you had your time, you pull them aside, you should do it. You didn't, and that's going to be on you.
We will get to the vote, and we're going to go rank them up. So Danny, you'll be up first.
It was an easy decision, but the decision had to be made. That's terrible handwriting, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So I know this is gonna sting. It hurts doing this, but hopefully we can still chat and talk after this.
Sorry though. Big score here.
I think it's me. I really hope people are telling me the truth because I really want to play this game and I'm excited to be here, but you might be Danny 1 to most, but you're Danny 86 tonight. Please don't put me out, guys. I'm having so much fun.
All right. I'll go tally the votes. All right, I've tallied the votes. After the votes read, the decision will be final. The player voted out will be asked to leave tribal council. If anybody has a hit the immunity idol or an advantage that they would like to play, now would be the time to do so. All right, I'll read the votes. First vote. Alan. Second vote. Danny. That's one vote Allie, one vote Danny. Third vote. Danny. That's two votes Danny, one vote Allie. Third vote. Danny. Next person voted out of the Survivor Weekender Season 3. Danny, that's three, that's enough. Come bring me your torch. Danny, your trial is spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, you came in as a big family, all getting along. We'll see how long that lasts now. Grab your things, head back.
really disappointed. I thought it was going to go another way. I'm surprised that everybody said they were going to vote one way and voted a different way, but you know, that's the game. It was really cool what I was able to experience, even if it was cut short. We were a really strong tribe, and like, I'm still rooting for the rest of you to continue to be a powerhouse. I hope that one of you makes it all the way.